It's one idea. Stupid. Why is this so hard? Why can't I get any ideas? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tim Green. I write under the pen name T Green. And yes, the voices are still saying, I am your future overlord. Bow down, people. Bow down. Today we're talking about plot and how to get ideas for them. I'll be giving you 6 tips on how to generate your own plot ideas. One of the biggest struggles that some writers have is getting started or where to go. Like, I have so few ideas, I don't know how to generate them. I really want to make a career out of this, but I only get a few ideas. Or maybe you're on the other side where you're like, I have too many ideas, but none of them go together. When it comes to ideas, it really comes down to how you view ideas. For me, when I got started, I never thought I could actually be a writer. At the end of high school, my dream job was to be, as I called, an idea guy. I would come up with these ideas for shows, stories, comic books, stuff like that, and pitch them to people, and they would buy them, and then I had nothing to do with them. Because I never thought I could come up with an idea so stretched out that could actually be a full story. I just wanted to pitch my concept and be done with it. Yeah, that doesn't how things work. One of the things that helped me was that I had to figure out how to group a lot of ideas together. Sometimes ideas don't come. It takes a lot. It wasn't until my first novel attempt, it was my second, that the ideas, or as I like to put it, the dam broke and all these ideas came flowing in. I know what some of you are saying, so let's dive right into the tips. Tip number 1, plot generator. We live in a modern age of technology. One of the most advanced pieces of technology that can help writers is the internet. A quick Google search with the words plot generator or story idea generator or story, and you'll get tons of results on how to come up with ideas. You may even find an actual generator that you can actually hit submit and will spit out ideas for you. This is a quick way to get you some ideas going. Tip number 2, what if? What if people grew up on Mars and not Earth? What if magic comes from the sun and it suddenly vanished? One of the best ways to generate a plot or get ideas is the what if. All you have to do is think of what if this, and you have something. And you start to follow it. Combining a bunch of what ifs can get you your plot. One of the best well-known stories to ever come out of a what if situation is Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling has said the story is that she was sitting on a train and she came up with the idea of what if an orphan boy found out he was a wizard? And we got Harry Potter. So the what if is a great way to start. Tip number 3. Steal. Alright, so I have this really good idea for a series of novels. It's about this band that has to come together and destroy this powerful bracelet by taking it to its creation. I think we're calling it, they have to form a brotherhood. And it's a journey all the way through. It'd be 3 stories. The first one would be called The Brotherhood of the Bracelet. The second one, A Couple of Towers. The third, hey, the king's back. That entire story idea is Lord of the Rings. What? In that example, you took that from World of Warcraft. Let me put a quick squash to say, steal someone else's work. I am not saying that. I am saying take from their ideas. And what I mean by that is, if you go and try and pass off Harry Potter as your own and change the names, but don't really change that much, even if you change a lot, but it's clearly Harry Potter, you're going to owe J.K. Rowling lots of money because she's going to sue you. What I mean by steal is I mean the idea. So, what was the idea? What if an orphan boy found out he was a wizard? That is the base idea of all Harry Potter. So if you take that idea and then you go like, okay, what would I do? Not scrapping everything you think of about Harry Potter. Go. That is what I mean by stealing. I don't recommend using that as your, but I mean break down some of these best plots that you've seen and develop it how you would. Take a few different base ideas and throw them together and develop it. 5 people, 1 idea, you're gonna get 5 different stories. You can take a base idea and just develop it, and it will be completely different. The key thing is doing it how you would do it. The main idea is take the base concept of the idea and flesh it out from beginning to end. Tip number 4, brainstorm. This is for the people who have a lot of ideas. You have all these different ideas and you just don't know how to put them together because they're all different. That's fine. That actually happens a lot. One of the most common pieces of advice is to actually carry an idea book with you, where you can actually jot down ideas. The thing is, you gotta start looking at these ideas in different lights. So if you have one idea that you really, really like, and I mean you love, but you have nothing else for it, start taking some of these other ideas that you have around that may be similar and put them together, which means brainstorm. By brainstorming, it means take your central focus idea and then start branching off anything. Use the what if. You have some other ideas, start throwing those into how would this work with this idea? How would this idea work with this idea? How would this idea work with the idea is start writing ideas down and see how they may actually work together. Once you start thinking of how ideas go together instead of individual ideas, you'll start to see interconnection and how they can be used, and voila, you have a plot. Tip number 5, the book plot merger. What do I mean by book plot merger? What I mean is take the concept of different books, and I don't just mean books, TV shows, comic books, you name it, take it, and put them together. Here's an example. What if you take Marvel's House of M storyline and you throw in wow, this isn't easy to come up with on the spot. Okay, what if you take a boy who finds out he's a wizard and is the one person who can destroy the one ring? Imagine having to learn Hogwarts while fighting off the orcs army. Wow, that would be an interesting story. But that's what I mean. Take the premise of these stories and merge them together. And finally, tip number 6, the trope flip. And what do I mean by that is there are these things called tropes, which just means common things that happen in different genres. Just type in common tropes of the genre that you write and you'll get a list of tropes. So what I mean is you take one of these tropes and you flip it. Do it in a way that is not the conventional sense, that is the trope. It can be hard, especially if you're doing a common one that's been flipped and flopped and twisted, and a unique idea of how to flip it, and you have an idea, you have a story. It's a very hard way to do this, but it can actually come up with some very unique and engaging plot ideas. The whole point of this is to help you come up with new ideas and plots. Again, this is just the starting point. The key thing is once you have a plot, doesn't mean it's going to magically, the story is going to magically form itself. It can take work. I can't tell you how many times some of my work has taken years to formulate the back of my brain before I could actually work on it and actually write it, even write it down. So it can take time, and sometimes you get lucky and you see an idea and all these other ideas come. So just be patient. If it doesn't come right away, at least you have a plot. That's all I got for you today. If you made it to the end of the video, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to comment down below on your thoughts on today's video, any of your suggestions on how to come up with ideas and plots. If you're more interested in learning more about writing, I do a podcast with my buddy Adam Daly of the 01 podcast group called The Writer's Mindscape, where we are world building a new world live for the audience. so you can see how we go about doing this. And we're actually going to be opening up our actual recorded discussions on how we're developing to our listeners at some point. I'll have a link down below to the 01 podcast group for that. Well, in the meantime, you can find me on social media. All that stuff is here. Maybe it's here. No, it's over here. Find me on social media. Hope everyone has a good week. Bye.